Hey, I'm Cody Jon, and I'm here chatting with Milky. Well, I've been singing a long time. There's videos of me singing opera to pigeons when I was about 4 years old. I used to just go around and start singing to the birds. I got into like some musicals and some theater stuff when I was like 10. So I did that for a few years, and then when my voice broke, I was like, damn, I can't really sing this anymore. So I started making my own music that I could actually get out. Yeah, I released my first song. It was just self-produced and worked with my friend to fix it up. And then from there, that like took off, and so I just continued with it, and I've been really enjoying it. It's been cool. This new EP, Death Wobbles, is sort of this next phase of my life. I wrote it over the past maybe 2 or 3 years, but it's just like, it's that next phase. My first EP, Untied Shoes, was when I was like 18, 19, just stepped out of school, trying to work out what I wanted to do with my life. You're a bit lost, you're a bit confused, and it's like trying to step into the adult world, but I still got untied shoes because I'm still kind of like a kid, so I kept tripping over and making little mistakes. But then this next one is called Death Wobbles because I'm really like thrust into real life. It's pretty intense, and it's like feels like everything goes so fast, and it's like could crash at any moment. It's hectic. Just the next few years, and now I'm 21, so it's been kind of like my 19 to 21 years, just more intense. Also, like first relationship, first love potentially. Yeah, and like it's a lot of first kind of these bigger kind of moments in my life. So I'm actually singing about some more real personal experiences in this EP, where in the first one I sort of was a little bit more creative writing, where I was just like taking a little thing that I had or a friend had and just made it into like this huge thing. Now I'm actually experiencing pretty huge feelings, and like, yeah, it's just more intense. It was interesting to open up and share some more personal stories, and yeah, there was a few songs that I was a bit nervous to get out. Also, I've got like a ballad on this one, like called Curtain Call, and that's very different than anything I've ever released. So, but you know, it's time. I was like, if in the past I always wanted to make music like this. I've always wanted to lean into this sound. I'm a huge fan of the 90s and 2000s, and I've been wanting to really dive into it, but I didn't really have the life experience to sing about yet. Like I didn't have, I don't know, anything that I was like passionate enough about to really express in these big songs or in like a ballad, for example. Like what was I going to sing about? An exam at school? I don't know. Like now I actually have real things that I could put into it. But it is vulnerable. It's interesting just to see how people react. And I did a show 2 days ago, for this EP. I did a headline, and heaps of people knew all the songs already, and I found that the ones that were more personal is what they actually connected with the most. So you would think that the more personal and more about yourself, the less people would be able to relate to it, but I guess the experiences are pretty universal, so it's interesting. This EP is just made up of all the inspirations that I love to listen to, like a lot of Craig David, anything the Neptunes have produced. So it's like Khalees, or even Justin Timberlake's first album, Justified, or we've got like a lot of Usher, just Brandy, like her harmonies. I've just kind of, they're like my favorite artists, and I've been listening to them loads and loads. And now I was like, all right, let me just kind of take bits and pieces from there and mesh it into my own thing. But yeah, while also taking bits of what makes my other music kind of unique. Like I try and put a bit of humor into my lyrics here and there, a bit of like just fun wordplay and things like that. So it's kind of just meshing what I like to listen to and then the music that I was already making, and then that became this EP. As we've got on, in this EP I've worked a lot with some really talented producers that have produced a lot of the tracks, or we've kind of co-produced them together. I've learned so much from doing that, because my first few songs were I was like just on GarageBand, literally, just like trying to play around to find what kind of sounds I like. But now, because I'm working with these bigger producers, I'm learning a lot from what they can do, and it inspires me to make more and more music. So that's been fun. I think the advantage of being involved in all the different parts, like the writing, producing, and then also like co-directing the music videos and all that, is just I can really get out exactly what I have in my head, which feels really great. Like it's just cool to kind of sit back once it's done and be like, hold on, there was nothing there, and now we've got something. Like something was created from nothing, and that's also from collaborating with amazing other writers and producers and directors. And it's just cool to see, like, yeah, I don't know, like, oh, a month ago this thing didn't exist in the world, and now we've got like this whole music video, a whole project, and it feels really cool just like to see it like that. So with every song, I can see something. Like I've got a color, I've got a mood board in my head every time I hear it. And if I can't see something immediately, I usually just don't release the song. Because I feel like just when I listen to music personally, I see... I don't know if I have that thing. I don't know. But like I can see like a whole thing. I can see a storyline happening. And it's for some reason just important to me that hopefully people can listen to the music and like have a thing play out in their head. So being able to make the music videos has been honestly the biggest highlight, I think, of this whole thing. Because I mean, I've always made iMovies with my friends since I was so little, like, but I took it very serious. We'd be doing storyboards. We would plan it out, and we would like allocate shoot dates. Like me and my friends would get together and we'd just make an iMovie music video to the most random songs. Like we did like a Wrecking Ball and like I don't know, just like some Disney, just different stuff. Like we would just make videos. So being able to actually make proper music videos now has been just the craziest feeling, just to watch them back. To conceptualize it, yeah, I usually just start off with like a mood board of sort, like gather different pictures and take clips from my favorite movies or movies that give me the same vibe as the music video that I kind of want it to turn out like. And then I splice them up into a rough outline of the whole video using clips from movies. And then I sometimes will usually like start drawing storyboards out and then meet with the videographer or director and kind of go from there. It's been cool because in one of my videos called Shoot, I actually have my friend Sophie be in the video as well, and she was the one who like we were making those movies, and a lot of the time I was just filming them or directing them, I guess, on my iPad, and she was like the star, dancing, singing, like doing everything. And then she got to be in like one of my actual videos, which I thought was really fun. And we were just on set like, look at this is cool, this is pretty cool. I'd probably say listen to Sabrina, and then that'll kind of set the tone for this EP. There's a lyric in the first song called Crushed, and the lyric goes, "Paint my portrait, it's important, before my face is all distorted." And that sounds crazy, but it was like, I just turned 19, I was having this age crisis, which is ridiculous, but I was like, what am I doing? I'm so old. Guys, 19 is not old. But like, I'd also just read Portrait of Dorian Gray, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to write this song kind of from a satirical place of like being vain and everyone's stressing about getting older. And I'm seeing all these things about people drinking out of these wrinkleless straws and like all this, it's ridiculous. But I was like, you know what, paint my portrait, it's important, before my face gets all distorted. And I'm pretty proud of that because I feel like that captures that whole idea in like a simple kind of lyric. Not really any more headlines coming up, but I'm doing a Relay for Life charity event in like 2 weeks or something. So I'm performing, it's in Cronulla, so I'm going to be doing that. That'll be fun. And yeah, the show went really well. There was a fan from Tokyo who flew to come to the show, which was unbelievable. Her name's Nono, and she came to the headline in Japan as well. And then I guess she just wanted to see this. It was a different show. There was a few new tracks in this one, and also I had my friends come up and dance as well. So it was a different experience. But yeah, it was just unbelievable that people like flew from all over to come to this show. Brandy. Flow. Isolation. Freaky Friday. Connect with the people. Hannah Montana. Poison. Miley Cyrus. Ray. I think it was the Coraline album soundtrack. Spice Girl. Smiley Spice. Miley Cyrus. She kills every cover. Brazil. Sway by Michael Bublé. Prince. Make Time for Your Friends. Light. 4 Minutes by Madonna and Justin Timberlake. I think after my first show,